Wet sanding has begun. It has begun. That's still wet right there, but that's that side. That's that side. So I still got a wet sand this side here, but the wet sanding has begun. Check it out, y'all. Check it out. Anyway, that's the process. Alright, y'all. Got that wet sanding done. Took me a minute, but she done. See the light in the roof? It's looking good. Brought that shine up on it. That's just the trunk. Still got a little more polishing left to go, but y'all see how clear that is. This is me right here. What up? But she coming along, y'all. Little by little, she coming along. So that's the first of it, the trunk. Got it all done. Alright, still got one more layer, or one more polishing stage, and then ceramic coat the trunk. Buff out these quarter panels with the denim buffing pad. Put the lights and everything in, polish the bumpers, and I'm done on the back side. Then we moving up front. I got that part done. Woo! Took some time though, y'all. This some thick clear. I'm glad I got this clear. It's the good stuff, y'all. That chroma base. Alright, I'm gone. YouTube, what's happening? It's CJ the detail guy. It's back with another little video. I got most of this back half of the car buffed out now. You see how wet it is. The upper trunk area, got all that stuff done, buffed out, looking good. Looking good. I also was able to put my trunk lock in with the gasket, as well as the the camera with the gasket. Everything is working properly. Real quick, this is a brand new lock, so she popping right open. Everything looking good. Got the wires in there. My next thing to be is I'm gonna make a plate to go across here, because the lock came with a gasket that goes on the inside that locks it in place that way, rather than the one that go through here and screws in. So that helped me out. Sorry about that. That helped me out when it came to putting the camera in, because now I ain't got to worry about that bar that goes straight through, that sits right here and locks the lock in place. It's locked in place up under there now with the piece that comes with it, the smaller little clip that comes with it. So the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fabricate a plate that go across here. I don't know if I'm gonna get it painted the same color as the trunk, but I'm gonna put that plate across here. I'm gonna lock it down right here in them two bolt holes. That's the next thing with this part. But as far as the locking the camera, all that stuff done. You see the same way that where the lock pop but comes through here and plugs in the back. The same thing with the camera. I wired it across. I'm gonna take it all the way across, and then I'm gonna put it in that little harness right there that goes into the car when it comes to the camera. So none of that stuff will be in the way when it comes to. And this right here, of course, you can tuck it in and take it further down where it comes out through right here and goes through that harness. So I'm gonna do that next. But I also was able to get my trunk seal on, weather stripping, fit real good. I took a piece of pipe, rubber hosing, and put in here to lock that in place. So that fit perfectly. This is a brand new weather stripping, so everything right now is looking good. Everything is in, everything is covered, so that part is good. I still gotta wash it. I ain't really cleaned all of the wet sand juice off of it good. You see all that down there? So I'm gonna have to wash this thing, get this thing together. Another thing I wanted to do, and maybe y'all should probably do it too, because I did notice that water can get down in these little areas where it gets rusty at around here. So I'm gonna get the, especially through here while I got it open, I'm gonna take the cavity wax and spray all up through there, because I know on the Cutlass is one of the biggest issues that we have is it rusting across the bottom right here. So I'm gonna get that stuff worked out, so you know that's in good shape. So, but it's just a quick little update on what I got going. As y'all can see, it closes nice and easy, no issues. But what I'm actually here for today, because this is actually my off day, but I just wanted to come and get something done. So what I'm actually going to be doing on today, I got the car on the stand, on the lift with the jacks under it. I don't know if y'all lifts do this, but when I bring my lift down to a certain spot, when it's past the locks, it'll just go all the way to the floor, and I don't want that to happen. So I put the jacks on all 4 lifts so I can set it at the angle I want. So what we're gonna be doing on today, y'all, we're gonna be removing that daggone steering box and the lower column. All right, so I already took the top screw out right here already. If you can see that, there you go. I took that screw out already. The next thing to do is pull this screw here. Maybe you can see it right there at the top with my finger pointing at. Undo that screw, steering column comes off. Then the next thing to do is, if you haven't done it already, drain your power steering. Drain it. Get all the fluid out of it, or you're going to have a big mess. I got all the fluid out already, so it's nothing in there. Nothing I got to worry about in there. So when I undo these lines, which comes after I take that bolt out, when I undo these lines, you know, fluid will go shooting everywhere, and I don't want that to happen. So drain it. You ain't got to worry about it. Then undo these lines here. I had a custom power steering hose built with the ICT billet screw set up on it. So I'm gonna undo that. That's the pressure side, and then the flow side, or the non-pressure side. I'm gonna undo that. Maybe you can see it. I'm gonna undo that clamp, and that's a hose barb, so that I could just pull the hose off, and then the actual barb that's screwed in, I can just unscrew that from this steering box. Undo the 3 bolts, go up underneath. Well, first go up underneath it, undo the pitman arm from the control arm areas, or from the the control arm stuff, or the pitman, the bars, your steering suspension. Undo the pitman arm. Then I can undo the 3 bolts and pull the whole unit out without having to disconnect the pitman arm from the actual steering box, because the steering box that I have, I showed y'all that already. I have a brand new pitman arm that's going on it. So I'm gonna put that on once I put the steering box in, so I know exactly what angle to put that stuff in. So that's one less step I got to worry about, trying to take the pitman arm off of this. So I'm gonna get busy doing that. Again, it's real simple. On the G-body Cutlasses, up top, you got a bolt right there at the top of the lower steering column. It goes through, and it has a nut on one side. Undo that. Come back here to the base part where your rag joint is. It's a screw right on the top. Maybe you can see it right there. Right there. A bolt right there. Undo that. Once you undo that, you wiggle off. You wiggle it either forward or you wiggle it backwards, and it slides right off of those bars that they're on. Here and up there. Either slide it forward or slide it backward. It'll come right off. Once you do that, that exposes just the box. There's 3 bolts on the frame that connects this to the frame of the car. You undo those 3 bolts. If you don't have to, and you done bought a new pitman arm, you can just undo the pitman arm from the actual suspension of the car, the ball joint or whatnot that's on it, and just pull the whole unit out after you undo your hoses. But make sure you drain your power steering. That's one thing you want to do, is drain your power steering so you don't get fluid all over the place. So I'm going to get that stuff done. I'm not going to hold y'all trying to record all this stuff, trying to get it done. Just explain it to you. Hopefully that'll help you. But I'm going to get this done. It shouldn't take long. Get this taken out and get ready to put the other one in. So let me get to that. And when I got some more, y'all know I hit you back. YouTube. I'm back. Maybe you can see, maybe you can't. There's the steering box there. See the lines disconnected. You see that pitman arm there? You gotta knock that loose off of that bolt right there. I think it's a little cap over the top of it. But once you do that, the whole unit come right out. Let me sit this down right quick so I can show y'all that. So you removed all your bolts. You done got your lines disconnected. Pretty much I'm trying to get it the way y'all can see it coming out. But you done pretty much got all your lines and stuff squared away. I'm hoping y'all can see that. My stand ain't the best. Anyway, once you get your bolts and stuff out, you got the 3 bolts on the side. You got your lower steering column bolts, your hoses, all that stuff. It's easy peasy from there. The last thing you gotta do is knock this pitman arm loose off of this cross member here. Once you knock that loose and everything is already done, you just pull it up. And of course, having a lift like this helps out a whole lot. You just pull it up, come back around with it if you want. It's up to you. Clear that hose, clear everything, get a good grip on it, because this little bad boy, he got some weight to it. But once you get it out, that's it. Alright, she out. So let me show y'all this right quick. So the unit is out. She old, she beat up, she leaking. Now, I gotta get those 2 barbs out so I can put on the new one. I gotta get that one out, those 2. These are the bolts that go on here. They come from here. So I got them laying in the order in which they come. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And if you notice, the first one is longer than the second 2, about the same length. They're about the same length. The first bolt is the longest bolt out of the 3. So 1 long, same size. All right, that's those bolts. Here's your steering column. Here's your steering column here. Now these steering columns adjust, they slide up and they slide back. All right, just like if you buying the Jeep ones, some of them slide forward, some of them slide back. But you can elongate this joker. I'm stepping on it so I can elongate it. But you see how it stretches out? Some of your units that you buy will do that. Let me show y'all mine. Hold your horses. Let me show y'all mine. Mine been sitting here some years, boy. Been sitting here for quite a while. That's all my steering stuff right there. So you got the lower steering column, the steering wheel, and then you got your whole your steering column, your polished chrome steering column, the whole thing. But this is just to give y'all a good quick lick. of what you be buying when you buy them Jeep ones, right? This one came off of one of the CJs, the CJ Jeeps, the 90, 89, 90, that one. You can also use the Astrovan ones. They work just as well, but these come. The difference between this one that I got here, where you see where it's at now. Now, this one adjusts too. I'm gonna step on this one too. This one adjusts too and slides forward just like the old one. The difference is, with this one, it came with an elongated rod. So you could actually cut this one to the length of what you need for your vehicle. And with my steering column being, I think I got a 32-inch steering column, I can adjust this steering column to fit the steering box distance and the steering column distance. So it works great, but it gives you the strength that you need with the joints here, where you don't got the delay. These joints help you out a lot better. You don't have the delay that you get with the rag joint, but you know that's just part of upgrading these old cars like that. So again, got that done. So I'm gonna get ready to set the new one in, put the new pitman arm in, and get ready to put this suspension back together. This also gives you a good opportunity. If you can see my frame there, you see how greasy she is, how nasty that is. I'm gonna clean all of that area right there, and I'm gonna seal it up before I put these bolts back on. So this gives you a great opportunity to get that done if you haven't. Get all that stuff cleaned all up. Look how nasty that is. A lot of people just overlook it and just rock the steering box that came with the car. That's gonna mess you up in the long run. Every time I turned this joke, it was leaking all over the place. I was struggling trying to turn it. So with that bigger steering box, or new steering box and quicker ratio steering box, I'll be able to turn a lot quicker with these big wheels. I'll be able to move the way I need to move with these bigger wheels. So that's a good look for me. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this done. And of course, when I finish and I get it all back in, I'll give you a shout. YouTube. Just like that, we done. Got that joker in there. I'm hoping you can see it. But she up in there. She locked on, pitman arm on. Suspension back connected. Now I just gotta hook the lines back up and put the steering joint back in, and we can get to moving again. I ain't ready to put my new steering column in just yet, so I'm gonna wait on that. But as far as everything else is ready to go. It wasn't hard to do. You just had to pay attention to how you was moving your steering around, and just try to get it back lined up as best as possible. Of course, with something like this, you definitely want to get an alignment. So, don't just think that you just gonna hook everything back up and everything gonna be cool. But you see how that joker just hooked right back in place. This custom line that I got here, it just hooks right back in place perfectly. I ain't gotta worry about nothing that clears the power steering pulley. So everything works, and it just screws back in place. And then you just take your low pressure line here, which I got moved here, and just push it back down on the barb, and fill your tank back up with power steering fluid or transmission fluid if you want. They all the same. But you just put that back in there, and you get everything running like set back up like it's supposed to, and shoot, job done. All right. So it's real simple. It ain't nothing heavy to it. Some people would have to take it to a shop because they just not mechanically inclined, but something like this, literally, you could do yourself in a matter of moments. It don't take long. I really only been doing this for about a good hour. Picking at it, talking. My buddy came by here. I was talking to him, putting that in, putting everything back in. It's been about a good hour. I want to say hour, 15 minutes. And shooting, I'm finishing up. So it's easy, y'all. It's real simple to do. Um, so shoot, get them wrenches going. This CJ the detail guy. I hit you back when I got some more. I'm gone. YouTube. This CJ detail guy. Just back. Just finishing out this steering box video. I got everything hooked back in now. See the steering box down there. Let me get a better light, y'all. Hold on one second. It seemed like on Saturdays, when I be trying not to be doing nothing, everybody and their mama want to stop by and at least talk and show me what they got. I just had a guy come by here with a 57 Bel Air, whatever year it was, I don't even know. Red drop top, black drop top on that bad boy. I ain't get to get a picture of it, but he said he'd come back by so I could, do whatever with it. But anyway, back to this steering box. As you can see, it's back in. All the lines are hooked back up. All the space is still the same. I was just worried because it was a little bit longer, but everything is still the same. Steering, just lower steering column is hooked back up. If you can see the steering wheel through the hood there, is lined back up with what you would call a makeshift alignment. So everything is lined back up with it. So she ready to go. If you can look at the wheels on the front, I don't know how much of it you can see, but she's looking pretty lined up over there for me. Till I get ready to put the other steering column in there, and the lower steering column. This is cool for now for just moving it around. So that's the mechanical stuff that I still got to get done. I still got mechanically, I still have to get my AC wires and hose lines done. I have a brand new evaporator, brand new condenser here, or compressor. My condenser is up front, that's new. I got to get all the wiring and all that stuff properly ran now. I'm going out of the LS harness, so here's the wires for that. So I got to get those things wired up correctly into the G-body box. So most of the components on this is new, so it shouldn't be too hard. Like I said, I just been waiting on my guy to come. He's doing all my wiring. I really like how he's doing it, so I want him to finish it. So he's gonna get everything hooked all in. So this power to my compressor. This goes to the computer, and this goes to the box and the controls and stuff inside of the car. So mechanically, that's the other stuff that I got to get done. A lot of this stuff in this engine bay, I'm gonna be pulling it out little by little and freshening everything up. As you can see, it still has the body shop dust all on it. I tried to clean some off, pressure wash a lot of it, but it came right back to that. So I'm gonna get it all cleaned up. Like I said, I'm gonna be taking a lot of this stuff out, cleaning this stuff up, and getting everything in here looking a lot better. So she running fine. I don't got no issues with that anymore, especially since I got it back and was able to do what I needed to do. So she running fine. The steering box is switched out. That's everything new on the motor side now. So got to get the AC straight, and I got to get the frame notches fixed, and my rear passenger side brake is leaking. Let me go over here, maybe y'all can see it. These wheel woods, now I put them on. I don't know, maybe you can see it, maybe you can't, but I put them bad boys on right there. Where the thing at? It's leaking from right here, from the gold is leaking right there. So I'm gonna have to take that off and put some type of sealant on it and put it back in and re-bleed the brakes. This side is fine. This side over here is fine. It's just this side over here, this passenger side. So I got to get that fixed. So But she coming along. Like I said, everything else is working itself out with the car. So she coming along. Like I said, once I can get my wire man here, a lot of the interior stuff can get finished, and I can literally start putting this interior back together. But until then, till my wire man come, the next thing I'm gonna be doing is gonna be doing the brakes on the rear, putting my emergency brake cables in, and then I'm gonna get to that T-top video, and I'm gonna get all that stuff put in. So sorry if I've been kind of jumping around today. Just trying to get stuff done, y'all. So like I said, everything is coming together. So yeah, this CJ the Detail Guy. I'm out. Hey man, somebody hit me in the inbox in Virginia, man. If y'all know a good lift guy and come and fix these seals on my lift. All of a sudden my thing just started leaking. It's crazy. Both sides. So I bought it used, so I guess that's to be expected. Look at that, y'all. Leaking all my fluid. It's crazy. That's dangerous. But if you're in Virginia, Hampton, Norfolk, Virginia Beach, Suffolk, these are 757 basically. Even the 804. Man, y'all hit me up, man. I'm trying to get that fixed. Alright? This CJ the Detail Guy. I'm gone.